What's going on, everybody? It is Fantastic Friday, and we are here with Mike Zuber from One Rental at a Time. And I got to be honest, missed out on the Three Amigos yesterday.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit.
I single tear rolled down my cheek. I'm sitting there watching the content. I'm like, I should be talking about this with these guys.
It's all right. You were being a dad yesterday, which is where you needed to be. So
I was
good. We'll be back next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be back in full force. And thank God I have this as an outlet today because my kids at 3 and 2 are starting to say, Daddy, I don't want to talk about real estate anymore. So,
they don't carry the conversation very well.
Yeah. Like, no, Dad, I'm done. I was like, Samuel, get back here. One of these days, this company's going to be yours. Get over here. Yeah. So yeah, awesome. they were done. But alas, still negotiate. I'm still negotiating deals on the phone. I'm just like, listen, if you hear a kid crying in the background, we still want the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be fine. So, Mike, one of the things I wanted to talk to us about today in our Fantastic Friday session is inflation. Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
This is nuts. This is going to be a huge problem. And quite frankly, I know we're not a political channel, and I know we don't talk about politics, but the fact of the matter is it was a very clear stance on which you selected, what you were going to be okay with. And I think people are getting sold a bill of goods. I want us to talk about what the real impact of this is, because I think that it's been so long since we've had inflation like this that people have no idea what we're really in for.
Yeah. I think there's been a couple of things. Again, I've been doing this so long. Sometimes, because again, I'm in it every day, right? A daily financial news show. And sometimes I have to look up to see the bigger picture. And I think a lot of the nonsense, and some of them we talked about, right? The wealth tax and this, that, and the other thing.
Yep.
I think we're distractions, right? They wanted everybody to look over here because inflation is a tax. And what I was thinking when I hear this conversation, I just want to be clear. The wealthy are not under attack. They're just not. It's the poor and the middle class that are under attack. I've said it many times, inflation hits everyone. Unfortunately, the rich don't feel it. They just don't, right? But the poor and middle class do. And again, we haven't had really inflation in this country since the 70s. I don't remember my childhood at all. My sister has the memories. I don't. I unfortunately remember bad experiences. That's what stuck. And I remember one time coming into our kitchen and seeing my mom at the kitchen table. It's a little brown table. And she had her checkbook out. And she was distressed, upset, distraught. No son wants to see their mom in that state. And the little I remember about it, she was basically, Michael, we got $87 left, and I have 3 bills that are, total $300. And I can't pay them all. I don't know what to do. Light, I don't know, whatever they were. I don't remember what they were, but the point was inflation was killing my parents. They just, and the inflation number that came out this week is at 6.2%. It's food, it's gas, it's rent equivalent. And unfortunately, I know there's going to be parents that are having that uneasy feeling coming up. Right now, it may not be happening because we have $1.2 trillion in excess savings. Unfortunately, I think we're at the very beginning of a nasty inflation cycle. I understand that people are going to celebrate wages going up. But when wages go up 5% and inflation is 6%, are you really winning? So again, folks, inflation is a tax. The government won't call it that because then you'll vote for somebody else.
That's right.
Inflation is a tax. It hurts everyone. And as someone who grew up remarkably poor, man, I don't know what to do, man. I'm just going to keep telling you, inflation is a tax. Inflation hits everyone, and it started and it's going to get worse. So I don't like the feeling I have in my gut, because I know there's going to be a 7-year-old Michael watching their mom or their dad go, I don't know what to pay. It's a shitty feeling.
It is. And I think the biggest challenge, that I think that so often people are always focused on, what the media is telling them in the left hand, right? And this is what's happening.
Over here. Get upset with Bezos. Musk has got $320 billion. He's the problem. Exactly. No, you freaking morons. Your gas is up $1.50 across the country. Groceries are up this, rent's up that. Stop printing money, you freaking jerk offs.
Yeah. They're stabbing. They're like, look at my hand here. Well, they're going like this, stabbing them. Yeah.
Just give me your wallet. Give me your wallet.
No. And this is the problem, is that they create this narrative. They create this populist narrative. And I get it. I get what you're trying to do. I get what they're trying to do. The problem is that Bezos isn't going to pay anymore. And Musk isn't going to pay anymore.
Musk doesn't have income, folks. He doesn't take a salary.
They're not going to pay anymore, guys. They're not. It's a red herring. Everyone that's of means knows it's a red herring.
Oh,
it's a complete joke. We know exactly what they're trying to create as the narrative. So while they're under attack, and while there might be some policies and things like that they're going to try and pass that are completely ridiculous, like unrealized gains, which is the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, you know what? It's probably unconstitutional. Not that stopped.
It's not going to win, Mike. It's not.
No, it's not.
But here's what it is. It's a really nice populist narrative to make it look like they're doing work. You don't understand. We're working over here for you guys.
Yeah, we're going to get those 8 people, and those 8 people are going to, while you're being stabbed in the back. That's just.
Meanwhile, your gas is $1.50 more a gallon. Your hamburger meat has doubled. I mean, we have friends that are dairy farmers, New Hampshire. What would you expect?
Yeah.
And
of course, I think you have to have one of those or you can't live there.
You have to at least have one friend that's a dairy farmer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And so they were literally taking milk that they had paid to pump from the cows. They fed the cows. They treat the cows right. They milk the cows. And they were literally, because they have to get the milk out.
Sure.
They literally were dumping it last year.
Wow.
They were literally dumping thousands upon thousands of gallons of milk because they were at a certain level for demand, and that demand was not there like it was last year. Or excuse me, like it was previous year. So last year they were literally dumping. Well, then guess what happens? They're like, well, I can't feed all these cows again and have to just pour the milk down. So now I'm going to slaughter a bunch of cows and I'm going to sell meat. So then they sell all the meat. Well, then the next year you're like, okay, well, hopefully demand will be there. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Well, now now demand's crazy off the charts again.
Yeah.
They don't have enough cows to meet the need for the amount of milk. And they basically had to take a loss on the milk. They then had to take a loss on the beef because every other farmer was having to do exactly the same thing. This is that whipsaw effect.
Yeah,
and if one of these morons in Washington understood what the economic whipsaw was, we might not end up in a total and complete crisis. And again, this isn't a political channel. This is math and business.
Oh,
and how it's going to impact us all.
Yeah, it's food, gas, shelter.
Right.
All 3 are going up, and
significantly.
And it's just starting, dude. 6.2% is a record since December 1990. Wait till next month.
Yep.
Wait till next month.
Agree with you. Totally agree with you.
Oh, this is not good, Matt. Not good.
It really is. And the crazy thing, Mike, is that, as you work with housing, I work with housing too. They requested, I believe, a 12% increase. I was like, you're not even close.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not even close.
No.
And I talked to all 3 towns that I do business with, and all of them have a stack of vouchers for people that can't find places.
No, this is a national crisis. I provide Section 8 housing. I'm very clear on it. I want to do what would have helped my family when I was younger. And it's a national crisis. Okay, Washington, here's a hint. You can double, triple, quadruple the housing vouchers, and you will be able to say with a straight face that you are helping those most in need. It's not a flipping demand problem,
right?
Jerks. It's a supply problem.
Correct. This is the consistent thing, Mike, that we're seeing across the board everywhere. It's a supply issue. And the crazier thing is, so I was having a conversation. I think this is relevant. I was having a conversation with another real estate investor this morning, and he said, so one of the things I'm looking at is in my area, which is a very high end, very expensive area. Mm-hmm. There are a number of companies that are now getting together with home buyers and participating in giving them a down payment towards a house.
I heard about that. Yes.
So they can then get part equity stake in the property.
Yeah, that is.
Are you nuts with this stuff?
It's nuts. It's yeah.
So what I see people's options being is potentially going this route so they can afford that single family home. But what is it going to do to single family homes? Way more expensive.
Way more expensive.
Way more expensive. Not a little bit, a lot of it. A lot of it. Not a little bit, a lot of it.
A lot of it.
Yep. A lot of it.
That. I like
and
that.
Then you get the 2s, 3s, and 4s, which they're not really focusing on so much. So I think, like I said, I think that asset class is going to really take a rocket ship to the moon, because all the people that aren't going to afford those brand new homes and not give up part of the equity in that house. So when Mike, with this stuff, like,
I don't know, dude.
This does not make me feel good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Again, inflation is real. Inflation is a tax. But you can use it, right? There is a small set of people that can use inflation. And again, I think we've been given a gift. Mr. Jerome Powell I think I need to send him a Christmas card. Because he's given us artificially low rates. There's no chance in hell the rates should be this low, but I don't care. They are this low.
They are.
They are. So go get that 30-year money. I believe in it so much. You and I both believe in it so much. We've gone back and refied to get extra money.
Yes.
So that we can deploy it, right? I will borrow at 4 to earn 12 every single day. I mean, what is it with that people don't understand?
Mike, I wish it were that low. I'm borrowing at 4 and renting at 22.
Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations.
No, but
I see a Lamborghini in your future.
But again, people have to be watching this. This window is going to close. This window is going to close. It can't.
I'm trying to shake people. It's your gift of rates is just about over. You've got a couple more months, but it's just about over.
But Mike, the market's too expensive.
No, shut up. Just stop it with that nonsense.
Right? It's too expensive. Market's too expensive. Guys, it's math. It's
expensive
math.
Compared to what?
Math.
Yeah. Math.
We don't have a pretty graph to show you the math, and we're not coming to you from our mother's basement. But it is math nonetheless. And like I always say, you need to be participating in the market if you're allowed to have that big of a voice and an opinion. You need to be participating and not as a renter.
Yes.
You need to be a little bit of an owner, because Mike and I see these intake costs and expenses every single day. And Mike, I knew that inflation was a real thing and supply chain was a real problem when I went to Wendy's yesterday with my kids, and we tried to order 3 different meals, and they were like, we don't have this for that. We don't have this for that. We don't have this for that.
Oh my God.
They didn't have biscuits for the breakfast sandwich. They didn't have any other fruits for the fruit cup other than the apples. Like they didn't have, and I'm looking and I was like, well, how about an oatmeal bar? Cause like those are easy. Like those show up like by the box.
Right.
Yeah. We're out of those too. You are a restaurant still, right? Wendy's.
This is, this is
not good.
Not good.
This is, and the problem is, like it always is, they overstay, the government overstayed the invitation. And so getting this back in the bottle is not, every day that passes, it gets worse and significantly worse. And by the way, I did look at the plan, and I'm a math logistics guy. I looked at their plan for the ports. That is the dumbest freaking thing I've ever seen. Like what they're trying to do in some of these.
I feel so good today. Thank you. I'm going to go cry. I'm going to go sit in the corner and cry.
The only good news is this: be doing your homework, be looking at your market every single day, understand where you're going to get your cash, recognize most importantly that it might be that opportunity to do that deal might be gone tomorrow, not just because the property's gone, but because the bank is unwilling to do the deal anymore.
Yeah.
So
you either use inflation or inflation uses you. There's only a very small people that are going to do the work. And I don't know if you saw it today, but dude, we're sending out a ton of cards.
I didn't see it. Holy Toledo.
Yeah. This week's going to be a record. Sunday report's going to be a record.
None of those are for Omar, right?
No, he got 9. He got 9 on Tuesday though.
He got 9 on Tuesday?
I sent him. So he's up to 15.
That son of a bitch. We just need to unite and just make sure that Tuesdays are the best investor. Like Tuesdays the best investor day there is.
You guys are crushing it.
Like it's not even close. Like we've got like 25 deals between us.
Yeah, you guys are doing awesome. Congratulations.
I love it. Well, congratulations, Omar. Nice job. Now I got to go close a bunch more freaking properties.
Hey, at least you know the number now.
I know. I do know the number.
And he's not stopping though.
So. No, he's so not stopping. Well, I mean, hey, we're both talking our book, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at the market and going, now's the time to do this stuff. These deals are getting crazy. The rates are ridiculously low. We've got to engage because inflation is going to hurt this stuff.
That's why you're experts on my channel. You're not just somebody, talking outside with the cardboard box or whatever it is.
And some pretty graphs. So, Mike, tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
One rental at a time is my brand. So website, YouTube, book, Instagram.
Course. If you haven't bought the course, you should do it before the end of the year. I know it's going up. I've had that conversation with Mike off camera. I know it's going up, so I'm totally bombing it for him. But yeah, it's going to go up. But all the knowledge is in there. Guys, I mean, the number of people that I talked to are like, so what do you think about this? And I'm like, take this course and then I'll talk to you.
Yeah, go do a couple hours of work. Prove to me you're really going to do it. Then we'll talk.
Exactly. Matt, I would really like to do is I'd like to take this money that I have and I'd like to turn it into 6X. And I'd like to try and do that with no risk and probably the next 6 to 12 months. Well, let me just do that for you.
Yeah.
Free of charge, of course. Oh, but I did get a muffin.
Yeah, I took him to coffee and got a muffin. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Mike, thanks so much. As I always say, we try to take a ton of time to create this awesome content for you guys. We really do a ton of research, looking at all these numbers, talking to a bunch of experts, really trying to understand exactly what this market's going to look like. So please subscribe, give us the thumbs up. And Mike, 11:30 a.m. Sunday, another amazing Real Estate Palooza live cast. I know you have yours at 11 on Saturdays.
Eastern, yeah, 11 Eastern. Yeah.
People got to be doing this stuff, Mike. It's free.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's fun.
We're doing it for a thumbs up. Like, this is metaverse. Like, it's crazy. Thanks, Mike. Talk to you soon.
Yep.